2016 makeup is making a comeback. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. My name's Brittany. I post makeup related content every single week. Of course, I post numerous makeup related shorts throughout the week. These shorts range from transitions, tutorials, get ready with me's, all the way to my face card Fridays, which are where I create full glam looks based off of foods that you guys suggest. So if that sounds like your type of vibe, be sure to hit subscribe so then you never miss a video. In today's video, I am comparing my 2016 makeup routine to my current makeup routine. And let me know in the comments what from your 2016 makeup routine would you change? Or what step would you add to your current makeup routine that was from 2016? After doing this, I actually have a couple things from 2016 that I would add into my current routine, and I probably will. So let's get into it. I just want to start this off by saying this is going to be very interesting. I also want to say that I did do my skincare. I did not do skincare in high school. I wish I did. Even just looking at these products is throwing me back all the way to 2016. I would literally get up so early every single day to straighten my hair and do a full face of makeup for school. That full face worked for the time, but if I was to do this makeup routine now, After I got into makeup, I did start doing primer. I used the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. Did this actually erase my pores? Probably not. It's literally just a clear gel. It's kind of like a blurring primer. As you can see, it is just clear. It stinks. It stinks. It does not smell good. Why the heck did I use this? And the texture? Oh my gosh. I can barely breathe with this stuff on my face. It literally feels like oil and I hate that. Granted, it does feel smooth. It does kind of leave a residue on my hands, which I don't love. Looking in the mirror, I do feel like my pores are blurred. I don't know, guys. This might be a primer that I reach for again. If I can get past the texture on my hands, I think I could get behind this one again. Next, I would take a color corrector. And to be completely honest with you, it did not work amazingly. I have the Maybelline Cover Stick Corrector Concealer. That is a lot of letters. I would put this on my acne spots that were super red because yes, your girl had some horrendous acne. I don't know if this actually did much, but I also had a really bad habit of picking at my pimples in high school. I say that as if I don't still do it. I do. And I know it's horrible for you, but I still do it. And I would take this and just pat it in. To be honest, now I spot conceal, so I don't feel a need for this at all. Okay, I take that back. It actually is covering up my red a bit. I feel like the one that I had back then just wasn't very good, and my acne was probably just too inflamed for it to cover it completely. If I paired this with spot concealing, I do feel like it would cover it more than just with one or the other. Foundation and concealer. I'm realizing that I used a lot of Maybelline products. These are both Maybelline as well. For foundation, I went in with the Maybelline BB cream. It looks different now. I don't know if the product itself is different. The formula is probably a little bit different, but hopefully this is close enough. If I could go back in time, I would say, why are you using a skin tint instead of a foundation, Brittany? You want full coverage. Skin tints are not going to do it. I got this one in the light medium sheer tint. It's the only one I could find that was like close to what I had. And now that I'm looking at it in the tube, that's a bit dark. But you know what? It was then too. This next part is really going to get you. And to be completely honest with you, even thinking about it makes me cringe. I also just don't like getting my hands super dirty, but I would rub this in with my hands. Yeah, this is definitely not the shade that I used in high school, but it was the lightest one that they had there. And I'm going to do my very bestest to make it work. Oh my gosh, this looked terrible. I think they definitely changed their formula because this is absolutely horrendous. Okay, the more I rub it in, the better it gets. I'll fully admit, I know I didn't bring it all the way down my neck, but this is not cute. Why, Brittany? Why? I'm gonna say that's good. But yeah, the shade match is just not it. Cannot believe I actually walked around with foundation, not my shade, to that extent. I was pale. I didn't tan at all. This is me slightly tan. I've gone tanning a couple times. How does this turn? Oh, I was turning it the wrong way. For concealer, and I will fully admit that there were some days where I put this all over my face, under or on top of my foundation, because my acne was that bad. For concealer, Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. Also in one of the lightest shades. And I would put this under my eyes, on top of my eye, and then I would put it over my acne spots. I did put it in the center of my forehead a little bit, not a lot. This is looking pretty rough. And then I would blend this in with my finger. As you can see, that did not help my acne at all. Bright under eyes were starting to become a thing. I cannot believe how much I used my hands for this. I already know that when I watch this back, it's gonna just be absolutely outrageous on the camera because even just looking in the mirror, it is not fantastic. Although sometimes it looks better on camera than it does in person. Powders, I used the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance. It's a pressed powder, and I used the puff that went with it. I put this all over. Why did no one call me out? First off, this concealer is creasing like a mother trucker. It is creasing so bad. It's almost like immediate creasing. Ah! What? It's creasing so bad. I don't understand. I don't remember it creasing that bad, but maybe I just didn't pay attention. Bronzer was pretty easy. I used Wet n Wild, this one. I used the brown, obviously, for bronzer. Knowing what I know now, it probably wasn't the best choice of bronzer, but it was an affordable one. I can't even get it open right now. There was a time before 2016 where I did not wear any bronzer or blush. I would do my base and my eyeshadow and call it good. In 2016, that did change. I got introduced to bronzer. For years, I used this exact brush, and it is like a dense, fluffy, angled brush. I do believe I used this, but I don't remember for sure. I definitely did not blend it out as much as I should have, especially on my jawline. I also do know that I put a lot. Then I would take a fluffy brush and blend it out a little bit more, which I still do. I remember this one time I went over to my lifelong best friend's house and her mom told me that I needed to blend out my bronzer a little more. My friend was like, she doesn't know what she's talking about, but looking back, she was probably right. Actually, I have no idea what brand this blush is. I want to say it's Lancome. My mom had these always growing up. She had a lot of Lancome stuff. So I honestly just stole one and used that. You know, I kind of like that shade. I might use that more. And yes, this exact blush was from my mom. I don't remember if this was the specific shade that I used. I did not do highlight. I didn't do highlighter. Can't even believe I'm saying that. Eyeshadow was relatively simple. I literally use the same eyeshadow palette every single day. It's the Nude BYS eyeshadow palette, and I used it every day. Those 3 shades. I would go into the gold first with a fluffy brush. I can't believe that I used all shimmers, first off. I put it on the outer corner of my eyelid. I go a little bit above my crease, but not much. Then I would go into this shade. It's like a silvery gold, and I would put it in the center. Then on my finger, I would go into the lightest shade and put it on the inner corner. It used to be a lot more visible because the shadow was new. It is 1000% expired now, so it's not going to be as good. I'm absolutely amazed that I let myself go with all shimmer eyeshadow to school. And what's even worse is I did not bring it under my eyelid. I would sometimes put tape down and do my eyes before my base, so then I had that sharp line. My gosh, Brittany, what was I thinking? Eyeliner, I did put it in my waterline, and it was a pencil, and it did hurt. This is not the exact pencil that I used. I really don't remember what pencil I used, but I would put it on my waterline. I'm like 70% sure that I curled my lashes. I'm not 100% sure, but I am going to do it today. Before we get to lashes, though, I'm going to do my brows, and this pains me. That's it. I would just brush them out. Granted, I didn't really have eyebrows in 2016. They were practically non-existent. This way, oh my gosh, I messed up my foundation right there. And I guarantee you I did it a billion times back then too. When I did do eyeliner, it was liquid eyeliner, and I wasn't great at it. So today, I don't know what brand this is, but I have a black liquid liner. Apparently we are gonna test our hand at this today. It started out good and ended pretty bad, but we're gonna do it over here. Yep, it is just getting worse and worse. Okay, this eyeliner, the brush is messed up. It's the only liquid eyeliner I had. I reach for the pen liquid liners now, not the brush ones. I personally am a little bit better with the pens than I am the brush. As you not do fake lashes in 2016, but I did do mascara. And I stole my mother's. More often than not, it was the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume. This orange one right here. I think it was fine. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I used it. I guess we'll find out. This one's brand new. It definitely coats each individual lash, which is nice. It's not exactly giving what I want it to give, but that's me now. In 2016, these would have been considered long lashes for me. Another Maybelline product, and it was actually on sale at Walmart, which was really awesome. It's not the exact shade, but it is pretty dang close. I did not go in with a lip liner. I did not have a topper, a lip gloss. I went straight in with lipstick and left it. The one that I wore to school was not as metallic as this, and it was a little bit more pink, but still pretty close. And here's the best part, you guys. I did not use setting spray. Looking at it from far away, it really doesn't look that bad. Obviously, it is cakey, but who wasn't wearing cakey makeup in 2016? Let's be so for real. This right here was my everyday makeup. There are so many things that I would change. Let me know in the comments which steps of this routine you would keep or you would get rid of and change. And let me know if you did any of these in 2016, because I know I was not the only one. Obviously, there are a lot of things that I would change and only a couple that I wouldn't. So let's get into how I do my makeup now, and I'll go over the differences. Now let's get into my current routine. One of the biggest differences between 2016 makeup routine and now for me is going to be my skin prep and skincare, really. I didn't have a skincare routine. One of my favorite parts of my skincare routine is my lip mask by Laneige. It's my absolute favorite. It repairs my lips overnight. Now I do have a skincare and acne treatment routine that I do follow every single day. And when it comes to makeup, I have skin prep now too. You guys have seen it millions of times before. I start out with Drench It, which is a hydrating milky toner. And I put this all over my face and my neck. Then I go in with Drip It, which is a nourishing glow serum. And in case you're new here, these are all from POV Beauty. Then lastly, I go in with Whip It, which is a whipped cream typed textured moisturizer. If you've watched me, I know you've heard it before, but these really help hydrate my skin, especially in the winter and cold months. And it helps give me that glow that I really strive for. Look at that. For primer, I've been going in with a hydrating primer. Again, glowy, hydrating, because winter, dry skin, you guys know the drill. I put it on the back of my hand, and then I take Rare Beauty's Liquid Luminizer in the shade Transcend and put a little bit of that on the back of my hand. I mix the two together and put it all over my face and my neck. Because of my acne, I do spot conceal and I let it dry. This is something I did not do in high school. I did spot conceal, but I did not do it correctly. To spot conceal, I take a pot of concealer and a flat concealer brush. I dip it in there, and then I apply it to all of my red spots. And like I said, the key to spot concealing is letting it dry. So while it's drying, I'm gonna go do my hair. Which foundation I use really depends on the occasion. If it is a special occasion, I will go with my Yenza Super Serum Silk Foundation because it's full coverage and lightweight and serum. It's like skincare and a foundation. But since today is not a special occasion, I am gonna go in with my e.l.f. foundations. You heard me right. Plural. Foundations. I start out by putting a little bit of the Halo Glow liquid filter on. I don't want a bunch, just enough to add a little glow and add some volume to my foundation because I am running out. Then I'll go in with my e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin. This is buildable coverage, and the two together are pretty solid coverage. Not to mention, it's a little bit glowy. To blend this into my face, I do not use my hand. No, I use a beauty blender. And I always go down my neck. Concealer is not too much different. I use a full coverage concealer though. It's the Tarte Shape Tape, but it's the ultra creamy. This helps keep it looking hydrated. It's super easy to blend out. It goes with pretty much every single foundation that I use, and when I apply it to my eyes, it does not crease for multiple minutes. As we saw a little bit ago, some concealers will crease practically immediately. Placement wise, it is pretty much the same as it was in 2016. After this, I take a loose setting powder and set my under eyes and really honestly just my whole face, but I'll show you how I do it. Today, I'm using the Morphe Brightening Pink Loose Setting Powder. It's pink, it's very brightening. I do like it. I put it on a puff and then I go in and really press it into my under eye and bring it out towards my temple, and then I'll bring it on my eyelid. And I really pack it in there along the side of my nose. With what's left, I'll gently pat my nose and above my upper lip. Then I will take a bunch, start at the middle of my ear and drag it down. And then I'll pat it in all along. And then I take whatever's left and put it on my chin. I pack it on again and put it on my forehead. With whatever is left, I'll put it on my neck and set my neck. From there, I will take a super fluffy brush and wipe away all of the excess powder, bringing it down my neck. Now we're going to move on to bronzer. I like a glowy bronzer now. I use the Too Faced bronzer in Sun Bunny. I take a flat angled brush, like the one that I used earlier, and I will tap it on my face, and I keep it right on my cheekbone. I do not go under this little line right here. And I bring it up and put it on my forehead as well. Long story short, placement doesn't change for bronzer. And I'll take a denser fluffy brush and just blend it out in upward circular motions, just getting rid of any harsh lines and making sure that it's really blended nicely. And I do bring it into my eyelid a little bit, especially when I'm not wearing eyeshadow. That will act as my eyeshadow. Blush, I'm kind of just in the mood for a purple blush. It doesn't show up purple on my face, don't worry. But I will take whatever blush that I'm loving, put it on a brush, keep it up towards my temple to help with the snatched effect. And I do bring it under my eye a little bit as well. With the same brush that I used to blend out my bronzer, I'm going to use it to blend out my blush. If you've been watching me, you know I love highlighter. Lately, I have been using a glowy highlighter instead of like a shimmery, sparkly highlighter. I use Luna Magic in the shade Tola. It really just gives a more natural glow, which is something that I really like lately. And then I do put it on my nose and on the bridge of my nose a little bit. Even on days where I don't wear eyeshadow, I do put this on my inner corner just to brighten it a little bit. Before we begin eyeshadow, I am going to use my lip plump. I just ran out of my Nabla one, which makes me so sad because that's my ultimate favorite. So today I'm going to use the VT Riedel Shot one. This one has different levels to it. You can get beginner all the way to expert. To show you guys really my technique that's changed, I'm going to do a similar eye look to earlier. I'm going to go in with my Unique 2 Moodstruck palette. And I'm going to go into the cool toned Honorable. It's like a grayish brownish shade. I'm going to really load up my brush and tap off the excess. I'm going to start in the outer corner and really tap it on. And then I'm going to go in little circular motions and bring it into the inner corner, keeping it on my eye crease. Next, I'm going to go into Cocky, which is a very dark brown. And I'm only going to load up the end of my brush and I'm going to put it on the outer corner. Then I'm going to go in windshield wiper movements, rubbing it back and forth to buff it out. I'm going to load up the end of this brush with both of those shades and go under my eye. Very lightly and very minimally because I don't want it to go too far under my eye. I'm going to go into Blissful with my finger. And then I'm going to put it on that inner corner. And I'll go in with my fluffy brush and wipe away any fallout. Take a flat fluffy brush, load it up with the powder I use, brighten under my eyes one more time. Next up, we tightline. Another big difference between 2016 me and 2026 me is I'm not scared of fake lashes anymore. Today, I'm not going to wear them because I am on a time crunch. I do have to go, so I do not have time to mess with my eyelashes. I really wish I did. But whether I'm wearing lashes or not, I definitely curl them and still apply mascara. I go in with the Essence Lash Princess Lash Primer, and then I will go in with the False Lash Effect Mascara, also by Essence. And let me tell you, this combo is incredible. That's after one layer. My brows are still super simple, but I do use products on them now. I use the Benefit My Brow Precisely My Brow Wax. It is tinted, and I use that first. Add some more hairs if they're looking a little sparse, and it makes them just a tad bit darker so that then they don't look too light. And to keep them in place, I use the 24-Hour Brow Setter, also by Benefit. Now, I do use a lip liner, and it varies what lip I want to do. Today, I'm going to use the e.l.f. one. 9 out of 10 times if I'm wearing a lip color, it is going to be Wovyu Lip Stains. These are incredible. They smell incredible. They work amazingly. Today, I'm going to use it in Cutesy. And of course, last step, I do set my face. I use a setting spray, usually a mattifying one, at least a long wear. I like finer mists because I feel like I feel like water droplets can sometimes get rid of your makeup. So I'm using the NYX Finamatte setting spray. So there you guys have it. That is my 2016 makeup routine versus my current makeup routine. Which one did you guys like better? Because I like my current routine a lot better. As always, let me know what you guys think of this video in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more weekly makeup content. I'll see you guys next time.